Good morning, traders. How are we doing today? Good morning. Welcome. My name's Johnny, and I'm with Investing for Beginners community. And today I'm going to show you my computer screen, and we're going to go over Mara and SQQQ, my thoughts this morning, how we were able to make some money, and how you can potentially do the exact same thing. So all that I ask is that you smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's begin. All right, guys, so as you can see, my charts here, I do use the WeBull, and if you haven't signed up with WeBull, definitely do. With the link below, you'll get free shares for signing up. So let's make sure everyone gets here. Let me put these links in real quick. Make sure we have people coming in. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. All right, as you can see, we have a great run up right now with Mara. We did see some highs this morning. Already a 4% trade right here, which was just fantastic. And then we had a pullback and another good trade here, about 3.5%. And then right now we caught this little bottom here. We bought in here, thought it was going to go up, went up about 1%, flatlined, and now we are up another 4% at the moment, which is just great. I'm open to questions. Going to be a cool live chat today. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. Glad to have you here. Let me send the link out. All right, all right. So we've been watching Mara run up quite nicely this morning. Now on the 4-hour chart, I'll tell you my thought process here. It's showing some consolidation, which is okay, but basically what we want is it to run back up. Now there are potentials because it did have a huge decline. I think it was about 30% or so. Yeah, 35%. Loss of its valuation. So if it's able to bounce back up, that's a 50% return on your investment. Now, I'm not saying that is guaranteed, and I'm not a financial advisor, obviously. I'm just a guy in his office that likes to trade stocks. I'll never tell you to what to buy, hold, or sell. All I can say is what I'm doing and show you what I'm doing to beat the stock market. So again, if you like that kind of stuff, subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. Okay, guys, also, the more comments, or every time you leave a comment in one of my videos, you have the potential of getting entered into our monthly drawing. Now, our last monthly drawing was just now on March 1st. We had a member choose between a $100 gift card or a $250 mystery box. He chose a mystery box and got a lot of great items. A hat like this, a cool trading shirt, mouse pad, a full-size one, a book, and a mug for some trading, along with another secret prize that I don't want to tell anyone because, again, it is a mystery. So each time you put a comment in the comment section, you will be put in the raffle. Yes, that's correct. So the more comments, the better. You can have multiple comments on multiple videos, and each week I tally them up and pick a winner. So yeah, very cool. All right, so guys, Mara, it is pushing up. As you can see, there is a lot of up and down here. Now, our plan is to catch it down on a low and ride it back up 50% or so. Now, that does not mean it's going to go up 50%, but it has the potential to. right? So let's go back to the 1 minute charts. As you can see here, it has a nice run up. We already have been taking profits. We made these two trades already today, one here, and we are looking to make a trade here. Now we did buy in at the 2160 mark when we see an indication that it was going up and making higher highs. Now, right here, it kind of topped right at this little resistance area, had a sell-off and went down slightly. Now I did hold through this little dip, which was great. I'm glad I did, because now we are pushing new higher highs. We were up 3.5% on this run up. Now it's going to start consolidating, going back down slightly, and hopefully we can push back up. For today's pretty much total would be from this low to this high, about 5% on this final trade of the day. Now, I did not get in this morning. I do pre-market and live trading sessions on Mondays. So if you want to be a part of that, definitely subscribe. That way you can see my thought process, what I'm doing to enter on these trades pre-market, what I'm looking for, stuff like that. You could have also been part of our Discord, link in the description below, and you could have seen or even joined along as we took profits here this morning at open, almost 4%, right? Or that is 4%. We locked in about 3.5% on this trade this morning in just a matter of a few minutes, as well as here and here, 3%. So there are 3% right there. That's 6% for the day. Right now, we're currently holding on to this position. I'm wanting to see it go up to the 5. I could have just locked in the 3%, got away with a 9% return for the day on my investments, but I guess I am being a bit greedy here at the moment. Again, made some money, which is fantastic. So now we're just kind of playing and seeing what happens. I could lock in profits at any moment here if this starts to show a downward trend, because I bought way down here. And as you can see, my indicators. One indicator here was at 2164. Now, if I wasn't watching my screen, the alert would have went off and I would have then been able to been like, okay, I'm going to buy. But I was watching my screen, so I was able to buy in at 2160 and watch it go through my two buy zone levels, which was just fantastic. So Mara is definitely one of those companies to be careful with, though. This isn't one of those companies that you're going to want to necessarily hold long term. Now, you could have held it long term back in October of this year and made some significant gains. Obviously, you could have got in at about $7 and sold around their peak at $34 if you were able to. That's 365%. Now, that does have a lot to do with Bitcoin's price going up. So, yeah. All right, and it looks like this is working out just fantastic into my direction. This is my buy zone, my sell zone, which is just great. Look at this level here. Okay, now I made a significant drop down from the 2294 all the way down to 2145. So it's very important that you know and you're cautious about what you're investing in. If you bought up here, you would only be halfway back to where you were. Okay, if you bought down here, you're at a more significant advantage, because again, this is a buy level and it's going up. If it consolidates here and then goes down, then you're fine. But if it doesn't and it consolidates and go up, I could actually draw a polyline here. Okay, so say you bought in right here, you're like, oh, it's going to go up, but it doesn't. It just kind of consolidates. Then maybe it breaks. That's where you would sell. That's the point where you would sell right there. This is a chart that is a bad chart. You don't want this chart. That's a red chart. Now, what could we do for a green chart? Let's make it green real quick. Another thing about investing, it's a lot of waiting, a lot of holding your hands sometimes, depending on the volatility of the company. Okay, but say you bought here, and now it did shoot up. You're already up 3%, and maybe it goes down. Oh, did I draw the wrong line? I think I did. Okay, same area. maybe it starts out the same way, or maybe it goes reverse. Maybe it just kind of goes like this and kind of like that, kind of like this, and then it breaks. Okay. Oop. That's what you want right there, except for minus this line. That is the potential to break out even more. Yeah. Okay. So those are the two scenarios. You buy here, and it kind of consolidates on this buy zone. And if it breaks down, you cut your losses. You know, say you cut them at 1%, 2, 3%, wherever you're comfortable. And that's it. And you get out of the trade. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Now, if it goes in your favor and it breaks that buy zone, then you're already up 3% where it's at, possibly 5 or 6% on the higher levels of the day. Now, this does not mean it's going to stay in these zones. It's not going to stay in the buy and the sell zone, but obviously, due to these drawings, it is. Oh, give me one moment. I got to take this call. Hello? Yeah, this is good. How are you doing? All right, all right. I should have left you guys on the charts. I should have let you guys watch the charts while I was gone. I'm sorry about that, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Staring at a screen. Staring at a screen. I'm sorry. That doesn't normally happen. I'm waiting for a particular phone call. So yeah, sorry about that. All right, where were we? We're back. We're back here. What I wanted to do was try to get. Anyways, lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. I should have left you guys on the charts instead of watching my chair. All right, so that is Mara. That is my thought process on Mara, and we are just watching it run, right? Doesn't necessarily have to stay in these buy zones. There are potential for breakouts, and those breakouts are what you are going to manage. Those are the risk levels you're going to manage. If it breaks out here, then you sell. And if it ends up coming up to here, then you can sell at this point because you already made your 5%. Or if it breaks out, it has the potential to run up even higher. Now, the breakouts don't always happen. That is the thing about live trading. Some of these live trades aren't necessarily going to be the funnest, but as you can see here, this is still showing signs of basically a downward trend. Now, I did catch this small, tiny little push, and I noticed it was coming back down, so I sold out and only got about a 1%. 1% wasn't much on 1,000. It's like $10. So $10, but if I would have stayed in, okay, so I bought in here, bought in on this candle, got about 1%. I'd be down. I'd be down. It would have been down at the peak about 1.5%. Here it's only about 1% right now, but I didn't. So now we're just waiting for these levels again. So let me bring you back up to the 4-hour, or let's go up to the day. So this is SQQQ. It's a very scary company to hold. These indicator lines are no longer even relevant from when I was trading them a while back. And they're different colors, so that shows it's been a while since I've actually been up in that zone. As you can see, this has a huge sell-off, okay? But it also has these huge spikes and these huge swings. So every time it sells off, it has a huge play. That's a 10% play right there. What should we use? Let's use white. Yeah. This one right here, 11%. And then now it's been showing signs of course, selling off. So right here, it lost the same 12 or 13% that it had started with. Had a nice big sell-off here again. And now this is the new zone it's created. As you can see here, with some history, okay, the lower lows create newer lower highs. So this is where we were at before. We're going to delete these. Those aren't irrelevant. And this is how we're going to draw our support. So see all this area here? Strong buyers in this area. See all this here? Strong sellers in this area. Okay, so we're going to draw our charts like that first. We're going to get our buys and our seller areas. Now when we go to the 1 minute, we're nowhere even close to those areas. Now it doesn't mean those areas have to go back. And it's actually creating new zones in particular. So let's go ahead and get rid of this red because we're looking for buy zones, okay? So say this is your particular buy zone on a larger scale, say on your 1 hour. See this huge sell-off? Now it was trading up here just the other day, but it was because this huge spike. It was trading down here for quite some time too. Hello, welcome to the live stream. We're going over SQQQ, our thoughts, and on Mara. Mara's had a pretty excellent morning this morning. We're drawing the charts, had a 5% potential, still kind of does. I mean, it has a lot more potential on that, more like 50%. But right now we're just looking at the buy zones and sell zones for these two companies in particular. Now, as everyone knows, SQQ does play off of Triple Q. And again, Triple Q has been showing good signs. As you can see here, this is where we were waiting for this morning, this pull up, because we knew there was going to be a pullback. So from the 443, it pulled back to 441, about a 0.5% point. But that reflects on the TQQQ and the SQQ, right? So the TQQQ or TQQQ, man, it gets tiring saying that. You can buy up at the 62, or not buy, but it got a high at 262, and this is almost 2% drop. So that 2% drop from the opening, and then it reversed. You're able to play off of SQQ. But just slightly, right? 1067 to 1086, that was 1.7%. So who's up now? Now TQQ's up. So we were able to sell this, go over to TQQ, and now get into TQQ. Now it's 9:47. We're seeing signs of resistance here on the MA line, the SMA line, okay? Now, this is a signal that we may want to buy, and it was already up 2.5% with a slight pullback. So 2.5%, and you know, another 1.5% or so. That's like 4%. But that's just while we're waiting. That's just TQQ. So we got 6% on Mara today, waiting for the 5%. Already have 9% available if we want to call this last one out. As you can see, it's running up nicely. Has some consolidation, but it is showing some newer highs for the morning anyways. Now in the hourly, as you can see, it has some crazy consolidation at this level, 3 periods in time. So with those periods, it's strong area to potentially buy. Now we could swing trade this and go to newer highs, but I don't think that's necessarily going to happen, and you don't need to make such a huge drastic trade either. I'm going to check my holdings. Yep, looks like we're doing good on that part. All right, Mara's making a push. Oh yeah, here it goes. Here's that nice push run up. That's what we're waiting for, that 6% right there. All right, just got a nice little push up. Switch over real quick again. All right, yeah, sorry about that. I'm going back and forth between a couple trading accounts. We're doing the public trading account, our trading account, and then basically this one I use for charting at the moment, but I do have positions being held in this company as well, or in this platform. So I actually have 3 brokerages at the moment. And if you want to check out any of those, you can sign up with the link below. This description here, in the description, there's a link to sign up with MooMoo, WeBull, and Robinhood. Either one of those will do to start your investing journey. They all offer free shares and different benefits for each one. You also get interest earned on your uninvested cash on literally all 3 of those sites. So definitely check it out, guys. Start your investing journey today and grow that account from that $300, possibly in the negative, red days consistently, to a profitable growth investing portfolio that you can get 1 to 3% every single day. Look at that. That's $9 on 3%, and grow it to 3% a day on a $30,000 account. So it'll be a little bit more worth your time learning how to invest, knowing that you can grow that account over time by using some simple strategies like this. Now, let's get back to the charts, guys. We want to make sure that everybody is doing good here. Now, we are looking at some definitely some consolidation here, some selling pressure. Now it is above the EMA line, which is fantastic, and it's fighting right now. It's fighting so much on this SMA right now that this is going to be the result of what's to come. Okay, so let's see SQQQ. is still going down. Now it is in a nice little buy zone area for us, but first we got to see that it is first moving up, right? We got to show signs that it's moving up, passes this mark, passes the EMA line and the SMA line, and then we may consider buying into SQQ again. We want to make sure that TQQ is also at a consolidation point. As you can see, it's right in its little buy zone here. It actually broke through one of the sell zones, and so now it has created a new high, which makes sense because it's going to bounce and play off of this, and it's actually above both indicator lines. It's above the SMA substantially, like incredible, and it's also above the EMA. Okay, if you guys want to learn more about SMAs and EMAs, I can do a video on that. I'm surprised I don't have one already. So yeah, I could definitely showcase that to you. So TQQ is showing tremendous signs of being bullish today. Now that doesn't mean that it'll continue to stay bullish, but it's possible. And that's why we're doing these live sessions. And remember, the more comments you leave under our videos, it don't matter what videos they are, the more comments you leave, the more potential you have to win our monthly drawings. Eventually they'll go to weekly drawings, but for now I think monthly is sufficient. Okay, so TQQ is still playing highs. Now you could have just played this company today. Solid, again, SQQs, TQQs are the inverse ETFs of each other. So right now TQQ is the bullish of triple Q. Consider TQQQ just a cheaper way to buy triple Q, which is made up of 50% of technology stocks, which is the companies such as Meta. They're up today, so triple Q is going to reflect. Microsoft's up today, so they're going to reflect. And as you can see, these prices $500, $400, $200, $200. And they're moving 2%. So, I mean, it's good, right, for them to move that much. But say you only have a couple $100, well, you can't buy Meta. Or say you have $2,000. That means you only buy 2 shares of Meta. And you could have made $13 today. And if you're comfortable with that, then that's fantastic. AMD is seeing nice highs, about almost 2% pullback potential, which could be good. And then Tesla, they're obviously up a little bit today. So some of them are starting to show signs of pullback. Apple is down, so that's not good. Google is up. And that is what's going to play off of the TQQQs. Now Sound is up 16% today. I've been watching Sound for a minute. Wow, yep. I was watching it as it consolidated. And this is when I used to do my lines. I've been watching it for like a week now. Oh, wow, no, it actually blew through my buy zone. So now it's creating newer highs. So we're just going to put this back up here. Bring these up here. Now it doesn't have to stay up here. But that's where it looks like it's going to be sitting, possibly right here. It looks like it might bounce, or potentially right there. Wow, look at this. Sound, guys, they did it again. Sound did it again. 15% run up. They're saying 16% on the day. If you invested $1,000 into this morning, that'd be $160 in profit in a matter of 9:30 to 11:30. Oh wait. Oh yeah, my time's wrong. From 9:30 to 11:30. Not bad. 2 hours and you could have made $160 on Sound. Sound, and it's in my watch list too. I was just waiting for it to spike. What goes up must come down, so definitely don't touch it now. I mean, unless there's really good news and it gets to these newer highs, I wouldn't touch it. Like, this was a good run, as you can see here. 103% in a single day, so you could triple your money or double your money. if you put $1,000 in, you'd have $2,000 in one day. Now it does look like it's running up really well. I may consider just doing a few shares just to see. It's only a $5 company anyways. And that way we can showcase to you. That's weird. Let's do something like that. Oh, yeah, it's because my other trades. I got quite a few other trades in. So I wouldn't recommend this. We're just showcasing it to you what could happen when you buy at the top. Now, it could potentially go more up, right? It could go up more and have a really solid run. It could also go all the way back down. Okay, so it's really no big deal to me. What is this, $30? Yeah, it's nothing. And just to showcase what could happen, now let's look at the 1 minute. So we bought at the peak, guys. We should have bought down here at 5. We didn't. But it also has a potential to run up. Like this thing was 100% at one point. And it's only gone up 15%. So I'm not saying it has to go back up, but potentially it could. Has good signs here of potential movement up. It's above the EMA, it's above the SMA. Now it does have signs of being overbought, obviously here, but you know, that's okay. We're already up 10 cents on $30. So nothing crazy, but again, this is just an investing for beginners channel. We're just showcasing you how simple it can be to get in and out of trades. So let's take a look at Mara. How's Mara doing? Mara's still running up, which is just fantastic. Now I may reduce my position size in Mara. I mean, honestly, why not just go back and forth? I'm doing 2 or 3 things at once. But Mara here, we're up $2.86 on this final trade. 1,900 shares. It is moving to $4. I have been considering getting out for some time because I did buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high, and then I bought in at a high again. So I do want to chase this 50%, but sometimes, guys, chasing is not always the best thing to do. As you can see here, we have a ton of potential for it to go up even higher. I mean, we are playing with just the very small day right here. But as you can see, even on the day chart from yesterday, this company was able to go up 10% in a single day. So we are trying to see some highs like that. Obviously here you can see some good spikes up, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're kind of waiting to happen here, for this to go up to that 5 or 6% level in one day, right? Now it has a potential to go back up to the previous highs and lows, but it doesn't have to. It could even go lower than it is now. So I may get out. That way we don't reduce our position. As you can see here, we're on a bit of a standstill. Let's go to the 1 minute. Still showing signs of an upward trend. We did break the SMA and the EMA line, so really there's no actual desire for me to get out of this position right now. Now that is 85 shares of Mara right now in the public trading account. Now that is extremely aggressive, but because this is only $2,000, it's a high risk account. I do have this WeBull account, which is over $30,000. And again, that's why this isn't such a big deal to put 30 bucks into sound and just kind of watch and play around as it goes up or down. Now, it looks like it's showing signs of resistance here. It does want to probably go back down. See, it is going down. So all we're going to do is see how we're down 20 cents. We're going to go ahead and go to close, sell, sell all, place order. This will happen sometimes. If you do 3 or 4 in a 12-month period, then it's potential that they'll like flag your account. It has to do with cash. So yeah, so that's managing your risk. If we would have bought here, we would have had 17% on $30. That would have been like $4 or $5 in profit on $30. And we bought here because it's still above the EMA line. Now we could have waited We could have waited to sell. It was only $30. But because this is an indication of a sell-off, especially with a high trend. And look at it, it's just selling off, guys. So what I did was just got out of it. Don't have to worry about it. And that's it. And now that it goes down, if it goes down, I'm not going to lose more money. I lose 1 day trade for the week, which unfortunately isn't a big deal to me, or fortunately for me, it's not a big deal because I'm over that PDT rule. But unfortunately to many new investors, it could be a major setback. It could be a weak setback because you just got in at the wrong time. You got up here thinking it was going to go up. It didn't. You sold, and then you lost profit. Now, as you can see, it is going up. Usually it tries to bounce off of that EMA. As long as it's above that simple moving average, usually that's a good indication that it's in a upward trend. Now, what is a good indication that it's going to go into a downward trend? As you can see here, once it goes below, that's a strong indication. See, it's below the SMA, it's below the EMA. So that's a good indication that it could potentially be a sell. Now, as you can see here, it got to an extremely low point. And again, this is sound, so this isn't the best company to go off of. But then, as you can see, it crosses over this line. The lines cross all together here. And now it's trading above the EMA line, the super trend line, and the SMA line. Now right here, it was about to cross, showing a downward trend, but it didn't happen. Same with this one. This may just been a slight consolidation. I sold too soon and I shouldn't have, and it may go back up. But again, it all has to do with the risk and how much you're willing to risk. That was what, 20 cents on $30 that we lost? That's nothing. Okay. But I could have held and potentially it could break out and we could make more money. Now, as you can see here, it's got a nice trend line up. It hit this resistance level, which is crazy that we even have this resistance level because I drew this days ago. Went down. Now it has the potential to go back up, but it doesn't mean necessarily that it will. Okay, it looks like it actually is going to be selling off, so it's a good thing that we sold that position when we did. A lot of times new beginners can also get into that position where they basically buy here. Let's get down into the chart a little bit more. They buy here and then they're like, uh-oh, it's going down, but now it's going back up. I'm going to buy up here. And then look, now you have two positions at the top, and then it starts to go down, and now you're losing double the amount of money. Just get out, find that support, find that resistance, and then you can get back in. Simple as that. Okay, so that's Sound. They're up 16%. Snap is up 7% as well. This is a company that we've been trailing for a little bit of time now. It is trading within this little zone here, which is just interesting to me because I believe it's overbought. Now look at the potential here for Snap. Doesn't mean it has to. Look at this consolidation right here. Okay, so these are what we're playing off of. We're playing off of these consolidation levels, these ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. So now, as you can see, it made a huge break. And there it is. So it consolidated, found a resistant buy area right here, and then it just completely shot up after this sell-off here, pre-market, and it's gone up 7%, which is just great. And if we get into the normal chart here, now this is playing off of the overbought levels. These are overbought levels here. If you look at the 1 hour, as you can see, they're extremely overbought levels, so it can do two things. It can either come back down to where it previously caught this resistance, or it can go and shoot down all the way back to its previous lows, which were way down here. Now it may not. It looks like this area is a pretty good area, so we are gonna mark it right there as a potential zone because as you can see, it has held, whoops, I'm gonna go into a 4 hour, I guess. As you can see here, it has held for some time. Right here. So it might break it. We'll see what happens. But as I can But as it looks like it's selling off and it's going to come back down. Sophie or Sophie, I always call it Sophie. That's so funny. Yeah, see, this one wants it probably will make newer highs. But again, I could have just left that position there just to do it. But you never know with companies like this, especially SoundHound. It's a newer company. It's, you know, I don't consider it a penny stock, but it is a very low market cap stock. It's only at $5 a share, now pushing $6 a share. So, I mean, that is a dollar difference from the 5 to the 6, 17%. So it is still showing signs of an upward trend. And in just a moment, we will be passing the mark where we had bought before. So again, there is potential for it to go down. Nothing says it has to go along with what we want it to do. Hello, welcome for spending part of your day with us here on the live stream. Do live stream every Monday morning at market open, and then I do follow up kind of after market stuff like this, or during market, I guess you would say, during market. Wow, SQQ has a nice little push up, so that's just fantastic. That means TQQ has probably found a resistance level now, which is great. Yep, it's pushing down. TQQ is, or SQQQ is pushing up, so that's just fantastic. It's already up 30%. Now this is just a low level area of resistance. It does have the potential to go higher, but again, we're just playing off the daily charts, so that one is going up fantastic. Mara's having trouble here today. It is fighting some consolidation in this area, so that may mark new higher lows for the day. But if we look at the 4 hour, we're not even close to where they were before. And I assumed they would break out, but it didn't break out. It just kind of stayed like this, and now it's consolidating. It doesn't know what it wants to do. And that's what we're waiting on. We're just waiting to see what it's going to do. Now, it obviously didn't break this line. So this pattern is broken. Now it's just consolidating. Now it's a matter of seeing what is going to happen. You know, are we going to get this break? Is going to break above and get back to previous highs? Probably not, because that's a 50% return. We have to have a lot of people investing in it. But it is getting along with the SMA line, which is right along where its low is. Its low actually has a 16 and a 15, 14. So, but this is where it's been kind of double bottoming out right here. 1, 2, 3, a triple bottom. Now it has made some newer lower lows, but we're just waiting to see what happens. Right now, total return, we're down about $14. So $14 ain't much. It looks like it is going down now. And that's the big thing, just the waiting part. Sitting on your hand a lot. And I hope you guys are enjoying the live stream. If you are, definitely smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Now we are going between WeBull and Robinhood. I'll try to figure out a way to maybe make it better. I've been considering trading with my main account more than the public account, but being a beginner investor, like most are that watch this, it's a little bit irrelevant, right? It's a little irrelevant. When I watch traders, I want to see people trading somewhat with the same income level as me, right? The same amount of money as me. And sometimes that just doesn't happen. This is amazing. This is 1%. Yeah, that's 1% on the day. TQQ's up almost 4%. pull back slightly right here. It's gonna test the SMA line here. It's either gonna break and SQQ will fly up, or it's gonna test it, bounce, and it's gonna stay its trend, which is fine, because the lower we can get SQQ, the better the bounce will be when it is ready to go up. MAR is bouncing off this previous level here, so that's a new level. Looks like it's trying to. Doesn't have to, but it looks like it's trying to. Which just means it would create a new higher low from where it was previously. And for everyone who got in with the Discord at the 2150 mark and locked in at the 2250 mark, guys, good job. That's a 5% profit. And even now, that's still a 2.5% profit for anyone who's still holding. That's just incredible. Good job, guys. Good job. So $30 or so right now on Mara. Not bad. Made 150 on them yesterday and already up substantial amount, was a 6% here. So just for trading purposes. If you guys like it, if you guys like this, definitely smash the like button. Let me know what you'd prefer more. Would you prefer more to me just stick specifically to Robinhood? You guys like these more advanced charts on WeBull? Let me know. Let me know in the description what you guys think. Almost at an hour. Okay, it looks like it broke this. Now it looks like it went right back where it was, literally right there. That's that new zone, it looks like. Which is okay, because if it wants to go up now, it can. But this is showing a really good indication that it is going to be a sell-off. We'll see what happens in the next couple minutes. Hello, hello, welcome. Oh yeah, big sell-off with Mara right now. Which is good. We want it to be cheaper. The cheaper it is, the more money we can make when it goes up. All right, it may have found some more support, it may not, but there's definitely some buyers jumping in right now at the 2187 mark, 2183 mark, 2189, 2188. So there's some signs of resistance here. I did break previous resistance, or support, I mean, previous support levels. And again, as the lower lows make lower or newer highs, right? The newer lows make newer highs. You can then set your new supports. But here we haven't broke this yet, so this is still a resistance area, a very strong resistance area. And then this right here is a very strong resistance area, it looks like. And how do you see that? Right here. It opened this morning here and here, but then it broke here all the way down. And once it hit this past resistance right here, it couldn't manage to break up at 10 this morning. 10 this morning. Oh, it's going off of my time, which is like, it would have been like 8. 8 this morning. Sold off, and then it hit this level again. So this is a very strong resistance level. Very strong resistance level right now. 2255, 2257. So now this potentially may be a solid support line, or it could break to a lower low, which would create another resistance line. Like if it doesn't break this, then this would turn into a resistance line. If it goes up and can't touch and can't break it, that would definitely be a resistance line. Okay, so this may be a sign to buy again, load up on more shares, possibly, because again, this is a support line, and that's 3% right there. Or it'll just make newer lows. Mara about $48, and as you can see, it's been going up all day. It was up 12 cents. Huge swing down to 21, and then a nice swing back up to 22.52. And again, only risk money that you are willing. Well, I can't really say that what you're willing to lose. No one's willing to lose anything, but what you're comfortable with trading. So people trade with $10,000, $100,000. Never seen anyone trade with $1 million. I think I've seen one person do that before with 100,000, but never a million. Some people trade with $100. You know, just whatever you guys think that you guys would want to trade with. SQQ still in a downward trend. Triple Q, it's just, it has some consolidation going on right now, but it does have an upward trend, and it's still above that the EMA line, right? It did test that EMA line, and it's staying above it, which is a strong indication that it is in a bullish trend still, even though this said it was in a downward trend because it was slightly for a second. Now it's in a bullish trend. So even these tiny little pullbacks can make you a little bit of money if you have enough position size. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for those 7% days, those 10% runs. Like, look at this sound. Sound is not even up past where we would bought. So we still would have been down about 15 cents or so. But as you can see here, it is testing this SMA line. So I would consider that another buy zone area, a support level. See how they're kind of creating its own zones now as the market runs a little bit longer in the day. This is still playing in the overbought zone. It's trying to get past this new level here, which it's possible it might. Showing some sign of resistance right here on this EMA line. All these are green. So Meta, Microsoft, AMD, Tesla, Apple, Google, Mara, all these are green. So that's literally why the Qs are green. And they had a nice pullback yesterday, I do believe. Yeah. So it's actually been in a bull market or bear market for 1-2 days, and now it's going up 2 days. It's going to get into its oversold levels, and then it should come back down, or it'll break through and create higher highs and higher lows. Even on the day, it's gone up quite a bit just on the day, from a previous low to now 2.5%. 2.5. That says 4% for the day. So 4% on the day with $1,000, that's $40. You put 2,000, that's 80. Obviously, if you do more, it'd be more. And Mara still trying to test that support level here, this second support level, which is great. This is a good little buy zone to be in for the day potentially. So now would be the time to basically load up here, buy more at the bottom, and then drive that price back up. Obviously, I went a little bit too heavy in, so we're possibly looking at maybe consolidating. Potentially selling if it doesn't play out. I'm in a swing trade on Mara on one of my accounts. Of course, I was able to day trade this one, which was awesome. 2 day trades on this one today. And then I had 1 day trade on SQQQ. I thought it was going to go up higher, but it didn't. So now there's an opportunity to buy again if TQQ pulls back on this resistance line. Looks like it's very strong though on the bullish indicator, so SQQ could be going down even further. And Mara seems to be going down also. All right. Did find that support here, which is good for the moment. It's testing this area. Not sure what it wants to do, whether it wants to go up or down. It's testing it. There we go. Testing that support line right there. Doing a pretty good job. Be right back, guys. I'm gonna go get me some coffee. Oh, welcome. We got 5 here. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Mara is potentially gonna bounce for everyone that's just coming in to previous highs for the day, and even potentially for a long-term swing trade. A 50% ROI from previous support levels to previous resistance levels. That's a 55% return. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen at all, guys, but there is that potential there. So yeah, I'm going to go get some coffee real quick, a little bit more warm up. I'll be right back. All right, here we are, we're back. Okay, so sorry about that. Any action? Any new moves? Not really. See, so that'll happen too sometimes. It'll just consolidate and then that's it. And it just will stay there for most of the day. Kind of like it does after hours. People moved on, they're not trading anymore. Not a lot of stuff's happening. They're not it's a company that's not really on their radar. And it just consolidates. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Looks like it did make it got out of this little area here, this little buy zone area, which is fantastic. So it did create a small higher low and higher high. Now it's showing signs of a resistance right there, which is super small, guys. I mean, there's nothing there. There's no profits or anything to be made in such a small little indicator. So I think that's where I'm going to wrap up the live stream. I hope you found this useful, found value in it. I do live trade every Monday mornings at pre-market and open. So definitely subscribe and like so you don't miss out on any of that action. Try to do a little aftermarket action here, do some training and educational videos. Again, hope you enjoyed, you found some value in it. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.